Major League Baseball welcomes you to the following presentation of the Cleveland Guardians.
Last night was a night of celebration for the Cleveland Guardians as they tied a franchise record with 7 home runs in a home game. They scored in each of the first 7 innings and ran away from the Minnesota Twins to take the series opener. Now it's game 2 of this 4-game series. Guardians TV presented by Progressive. Hi again, everyone. The band is back together. Rick Manning is back with us here tonight. I know you missed Christmas in July, and I know that was tough for you about that. But tonight, I know you're excited about our brand new feature, Corona Line Drives. They hit a lot of line drives last night that carried out of the ballpark.
Unbelievable, because they were last, in the league in home runs. They had 39 coming into this ball game, and what they have 6 after 4 innings. They did not stop. They hit fastballs all over the place. They got on top of that high fastball. They really beat up on the Twins. That's a fun party to be at, and I'll tell you what, not many guys missed it. Also with 11 extra base hits.
Yeah, Petey Halpin with a pair, Hoskins with a pair, 7 home runs in all. As you said, 6 in the first 4 innings for the first time in club history.
That's crazy. Let's hope that can continue tonight. They came off a tough game on Sunday. They had a great game last night. It'd be nice to continue that and see if these guys can keep the offense rolling.
It's a crazy game. They had 7 home runs in their previous 7 games and then 7 last night. We're just getting started. When we come back, Andre Knott joins us. He went to one of Parker's pitching compatriots to find out what's been the key to his success. Cleveland Guardians baseball is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. A grand slam for your budget. Visit Progressive.com. By your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. And by Elk & Oak. For a team of injury lawyers dedicated to every client every day, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO.
All right, it's time for Parker Messick, and it's time for our Bet365 betting odds with Parker Messick on the hill. His first start after the All-Star game. He's making just his 27th start in his career, and it's been awesome to watch him become an All-Star so quickly. And I think for all of us, the question that truly comes up, because his fastball ranks as the 3rd best pitch in all of baseball for its value. But when you think of Parker Messick, you think of his changeup. You think of all the pitches in his pitch mix. But the fastball is getting better and better. So tonight I sat down with Gavin Williams and I said, what makes Parker Messick an all-star so quickly in his career?
He literally can throw any pitch in any count and throw where he wants. His routines in the weight room, in the training room, they're phenomenal. Honestly, you would think he's been here for 10 years, the way he does everything. He's fun to talk to, it's fun to be around. I like to joke with him. I keep telling him that he's taken away all my good outings from me since I've been throwing with him so much this year. But no, he's awesome. He's fun to be around, and I love Parker.
Tell the world his name.
Little Squirt. You got to call him that.
Little Squirt is on the mound. Rick, it's good to have you back. I'll call you Big Squirt. We'll go that way about it, as Gavin is loving that we let the world know that he's Little Squirt. But talk about his fastball. Talk about the overlay of what he does with that fastball as well as that changeup and what makes him so hard to hit.
As a rookie, normally your fastball establishes everything, and he's not afraid to throw it at the top part of the zone. And he's only thrown at 93, 94, but here's the changeup. Different part of the zone goes down. I think his changeup is so good that the hitters sit on that and they're waiting for it. He can throw the fastball by the hitters. He gets more swings and misses with his fastball. Now watch how it goes. Coming out of the same arm slot, fastball goes one way and the changeup goes down and away. And that is just tough. You can't sit on both pitches. You got to pick one. And I think a lot of the hitters now are choosing that changeup. That's why he's getting his fastball by him.
Parker Messick, an all-star for the first time in his career, leads the Guardians against the Minnesota Twins. The first pitch is next.
It's a margarita. I'm ready for you.
Parker Messick going to toe the rubber for the Guardians tonight, coming out making his 20th start, a record of 8-5, a 2.73 ERA. It'll be his third start against Minnesota. He won on May 8th when they were back in Minnesota, and one other start. The Guardians won that ball game too. Been very good, and in 19 every start this year, he has gone at least 5 innings.
Here's a look at Derek Shelton's starting lineup for the Minnesota Twins tonight. Austin Martin leading it off, then Byron Buxton in the 2-hole. Ryan Jeffers will catch and bat third. Josh Bell, the DH, hitting cleanup. Royce Lewis is fifth. Victor Caratini at first base tonight, batting sixth. Then it's Cody Clemens, Luke Keyshaw, and Ryan Kreidler hitting ninth.
And defensively behind Messick tonight, it looks like this. In the outfield, Kwan is in left field, Helpin in center, Fry over in right. On the infield, Arias is the third baseman, Rocchio at short, Pazana at second, Hoskins is at first, and Hedges doing the catching as always.
Nestor Ceja will call the balls and strikes tonight. Willie Traynor is your first base umpire. Charlie Ramos down at second, and the crew chief, David Rackley, over at third. Game time temperature 83 degrees, a light breeze blowing out. It'll help the ball going to right center field. A beautiful evening for baseball here in downtown Cleveland. First pitch is up and in, ball one to Austin Martin. Derek Shelton adjusting his lineup with the lefty on the hill tonight. Trevor Larnach was the leadoff man last night for Minnesota, but a left-handed hitter. He's on the bench tonight. The only left-handed bat in the lineup for Minnesota is Cody Clemens, who hits down in the 7th spot. Austin Martin, a ground ball to Gabriel Arias, and the third baseman handles that for out number one. Our keys to the game brought to you by Toyota. For Cleveland's hitters, see it up and jump in. We'll talk more about that when they come to bat. And for Parker Messick, scatter. First time he faced the Twins, Arch, through the first 5 innings, gave up just 2 hits. And in that 6th inning, 5 consecutive hits chased him from the game. So if you're going to beat Minnesota, don't let them get rolling offensively.
And I remember here against Gavin Williams, they did that one time where they had 5 or 6 consecutive hits to get the big man. So yeah, they can get on fire, and it's a good offense.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Again, Arias makes the play. Twins came into tonight second in the American League in runs per game, second in the league in batting average. So to your point, when they get on a roll, they can be a handful.
Yes. It goes back to the days the Twins always had very good offenses where they could hit. And surprisingly, though, this year in the games that they played, we played what, 7 games. You know, they haven't hit the long ball. Only 3 home runs. And we have hit 14.
Still a long way to go. But Arch, Derek Shelton, at least 102 games into the season, he should be in consideration for manager of the year, because who had the Twins? That crushed. Ryan Jeffers just put Minnesota on the board first with his 9th home run of the season. And it's 1-0 Minnesota.
Well, Jeffers in there tonight and does a little damage. The 11th home run allowed by Messick. The 124th hit by Minnesota, so that gets him a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, so the Twins come in 49-52, and Derek Shelton took over a club that most people figured would be in the race for last place in the division, let alone chasing a wild card spot.
No chance, and this is a really vital time for them before the trade deadline, because prior to it, after you see the home run from Jeffers, they won their last 5 series before the All-Star break.
Yeah.
And then come back out, they took a beating in Chicago, losing.
Derek has praised the selfless nature of the guys in that clubhouse for Minnesota, in particular some of the guys that, you know, like Cody Clemens. He said Cody Clemens is a guy, when he shows up to the park, he goes, I could put him anywhere in the lineup and he'd be like, okay.
Yeah, right.
You know, and
let's play.
That's the kind of infectious attitude that has permeated that clubhouse. He said it's not a surprise after a ball game to see these guys sit around in the clubhouse for an hour or 2 playing cards before they go home.
Yeah, you got to love that camaraderie.
The 1-2 to Josh Bell, who has been swinging the bat very well, yanks it foul.
You know, it's funny you guys bring that up. I talked to Grady Sizemore a little bit, their first base coach, before the game, and I remember you saying about Cody Clemens, and he said really the whole team has taken on that personality, Matt. They all want to be around each other, and they're willing to play anywhere because they've seen Cody do it. And they just see, and they also think Buxton has been a different guy this year as well. The happiest they say that he's ever been, and they think it's because of Josh Bell has been a big part of that, as well as Derek Shelton.
Well, yeah, Buxton Plavin having a very good year.
A challenge coming from Austin Hedges. Very close pitch.
The catcher is challenging the ball call.
I think this is going to end the inning. ABS powered by T-Mobile. We even get the 3-2-1 countdown. A little drama added to it.
The pitch is a strike. It is strike
a
3.
clock on something
Cleveland
now.
has 2 challenges remaining.
Strike to end the inning. A blast by Jeffers has Minnesota on top before the Guardians come to bat.
Let's go places.
The Guardians starting lineup tonight is brought to you by Progressive. Stephen Kwan once again leading it off, followed by Brian Rocchio, and then Chase DeLauder will DH and bat third. Rhys Hoskins, David Fry, Travis Pizzana sit in the middle, then Gabriel Arias, Austin Hedges, and Petey Halpin batting ninth. Going back to our Toyota keys to the game, the keys for the Guardians hitters: see it up, jump in. Right-handed hitters want to see the ball up against the left-hander Kendry Rojas. He'll use that changeup down below the zone, so they want to see the pitch up. And then for left-handed hitters like Stephen Kwan, he throws 40% sliders to left-handed hitters. So if you see that ball spinning middle in, that's the one you want to jump.
Well, and also you got to keep your eye. He will walk people. He's walked 16 out of 19.
And as you pointed out before the game, make sure it's in the strike zone.
Yeah, I mean, if you see that thing up, that's good. Get after it, but make sure it's a strike, because he will walk you. And it's funny because he's faced us twice. First time back in Minnesota, he got the win coming out of the bullpen for his first major league win, and then the last time he pitched against us, he got his first major league loss. So it's 1-1 in his eyes.
Born in Cuba, left-hander with a lot of talent, but still trying to figure it out here at the big league level.
That's what you were talking about, that slider. It did have a tendency to stay up and on the plate. But when you look at him this season, games, a couple of starts, 1-1 record, 279, the 16 walks in the 19 innings, 22 strikes. He's got a live arm. There you go.
Spoiling one.
You know, this is what Steven's doing now that he did when he first came up. He's fouling more balls off to the left side. He's not trying to pull anything. He's letting the ball get deep. He's taking it the other way, and he's seeing it a bit longer, and he get pitchers upset.
Right.
But he's willing to take that little base hit the other way.
He's starting to get, you've always said he hit the pitch inside for home runs for a while. They stopped giving that to him, and he had to readjust.
Yes.
The other thing is he had a 9-pitch at bat to start the game last night. I had 3 different hitters say he didn't get a hit, but he made a difference just in that first at bat last night.
Payout pitch fouled off to the left.
See, this is what Wade Boggs used to do. You foul him off to left. This is what he did his first 4 years. That's why when he got off to the start he did, nobody could believe it. You know, but he's taking his knocks the other way. They're playing shallow. He's still finding a way to get him in, and he's not hitting pop-ups. He's at least getting him in the air. Line drive stroke.
Payoff pitch. Another one spoiled to the left. Dre, are you and Petey Halpin going to the same vocal coach? You got that low, raspy voice going.
It's early in the game. You know, I was excited to see your partner today, and maybe I yelled a little bit when I saw him in it. But I'll be good.
You did that. You weren't in the pool. You got your way in there.
Ground ball up the middle. Backhanded by Clemens. He pops up and throws, and it's on time to get him for out number 1.
There you go. He has to range up the middle. Clemens does it. He makes sure he gets up and gives a good throw. And beats Kwan to the bag for out number 1.
Now Brian Rocchio. Rocchio homered his first time up last night. Batting .276 here in the month of July. Rojas getting the start, but you know, he's not a quote-unquote opener like we've seen so many times. He's just a guy that I think they're trying to build him up to see if he could potentially fill a starting role.
That's what he said before the game, about a 60 pitch count.
But that's why that at-bat by Quanti is so important. You know,
Absolutely.
You're already 12 pitches in, you know, and they don't know how many they can get to, and 60 is the number. And their bullpen has been used a lot the last 2 days. Let's just put it that way.
Oh, yeah, they know they're going to get 60 pitches from this guy. You hope he throws strikes. At least that's what Derek's hoping.
Bounced in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
You know, really, you don't have a lot of issues coming off the All-Star break, where most teams have that 4 or 5 days off and have pitching problems, but they did coming out.
In the air to left. Austin Martin has the play there for out number 2. And that'll bring up Chase DeLauder, who's DHing tonight. He is our Hyundai in the driver's seat, coming off a 4-for-5 performance with 2 doubles and 3 runs batted in. He's hit in 22 of his last 24 games.
This guy, he makes hitting look easy, doesn't he?
Is it because his approach is rather simplified? There's not a lot of mechanics
Very
to the
simple.
swing.
Yeah, he doesn't try and do too much with it. He'll take the ball the other way. He's great against left-handers because he waits on the ball. Slightly open in that stance. He gets to see everything beautifully, and he doesn't chase a whole lot.
It may look slightly unorthodox, but he gets to the ball so
his
quickly.
hands get through it. He's so strong. I mean, when he hits the ball, he generates a lot of bat speed.
Yeah, everything he hits is hard, Arch.
Yeah, it jumps off his bat.
3-0.
And there you go. He's not helping anybody.
I think that's truly what has been really impressive about him is his eye. I mean, he has a good understanding of what he can hit and what he wants to get after.
And as he grows and gets older and sees the league and gets to know pitchers, that's when the power is going to develop. We thought he was a power hitter as well as a good hitter, but he started out with 5 homers in what, 7 games to try and say,
it's hard not to think he was.
Exactly. But the thing of it is, the home runs haven't been coming, but he's still hitting, and he's getting better and better at it every month.
Archie said he was trying not to hit him too much after he hit those first 5.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah, but he's smart enough to say now, he goes, when I'm not chasing them, they come.
Yeah. Well, hey, yes, he's a big, strong man. He can hit them out of anywhere. They will come.
Rojas payoff pitch. He slung it by him with a good fastball at 97 miles an hour.
Came back and got him.
Guardians go 1-2-3, 1-0 Twins after an inning. Guardians TV is presented by Progressive. Minnesota leads 1-0 as we start the second inning, and Royce Lewis leads it off. Swings at the first pitch, pops it straight up behind the plate. Austin Hedges has room. 1 down.
Batting 6 for the Twins, first baseman number 37.
That'll bring up Victor Caratini. Caratini, a switch hitter, caught last night. Tonight he's at first base.
That's probably why they carry 3 catchers. This guy is a switch hitter. He can play out there at first base against the lefty.
And a first pitch strike. He's been on a pretty good roll offensively, batting over 300 in his last 33 games with some extra base pop, 8 doubles, 5 homers in that stretch. That's fouled first base side. 0-2.
Looks like early in this game he's been able to get in on a couple of the right-handers, like Martin, the leadoff man. He had a 2-0 count, got that cutter in on his hands, and got a little ground ball out.
Oh yeah, locked him up with a fastball, and that is the guessing game that sometimes hitters find themselves in with Parker Messick. Maybe you sit on the changeup and you can't react to the fastball.
Because his changeup's so good, you can't sit on the changeup and hit the fastball, and as you take it. So right there, you're guessing. You know, you want to sit on the fastball, and then you're not going to be able to hit the changeup because it goes down and away. It's awfully tough to at least put it in play. But he has the cutter, he's got a curveball, he has the slider, and he can command all of it.
Well, here's Cody Clemens. As I mentioned, you know, Derek Shelton singled him out to me, saying he's a guy that, you know, he's literally showing up every day. Where do you need me today? So to that point, he's made 39 starts at first base. This is his 23rd start tonight at second base. He's also played 15 games in left field, 17 games in right field, 8 games in center field.
Wow.
So it's a little bit like Daniel Schneemann.
Right.
But Cody Clemens is an everyday player.
Correct.
And he's rewarded Shelty with almost his best offseason yet in the big leagues, and we still have quite a ways to go. So I think he'll eclipse some of those career best in numbers.
Well, the home runs he's one away from his career high, which I think is amazing considering what the date is.
Yeah, I mean, he's a big part playing every day. He doesn't look like he'd have that kind of power, but he does.
Got rocket fuel. The 2-2. Got a pretty good eye, because those pitches are just barely missing off the outside edge.
I'm sure he had to took a lot of batting practice from Daddy.
The 3-2. And a fly ball to center field. Petey Halpin puts it away. Twins go 1-2-3. They lead 1-0. Bottom of the second coming up. Rhys Hoskins will lead it off.
That swordfish.
Big group at the Shrubbery. 1-0 Minnesota. And here in the bottom of the second inning, Rhys Hoskins will lead it off. He's always ready for that first pitch, man. I tell you what, he likes to be aggressive. And very rarely does he foul a ball the other way.
No, he's going to have the barrel head out. That's a veteran.
He's aggressive, but he always tells me, you guys, you got to be stubborn to what you can hit. That's why he's willing to take walks, Arch, because he said you got to be stubborn with your strike zone.
Popped up. This is Cody Clemens running it down, one away. We're going to bring up David Fry. Out of play, right side.
Seems like that's what they're looking for too, that first fastball coming from Rojas to try and get after it.
The Twins are hopeful that they'll get Connor Prelit back over the weekend. He had a blister issue that put him on the injured list. And that's why Kenry Rojas is making this start here tonight. Popped up. Again, Cody Clemens. 2 down. StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. 7 home runs last night for the Guardians.
They shared the wealth all over the field. Couple in left, couple in one in right, right center, and straightaway center. They didn't miss many fastballs last night, did they? 19 hits, season high. Would they have 11 or 12 extra base hits, season high?
Arch, I'm glad you mentioned that, because Stephen Vogt after the game, the thing he loved is they used the middle of the field.
Right.
So there were no cheapies. He goes, yeah, you like pulling the home runs, but they used the big part of the field, and when they hit those home runs and when they got all those hits, to him that meant they were on time and they knew what pitches
they were hitting fastballs. Right. They weren't fouling them off. And this is a team that, you know, have a tendency to foul off a lot of fastballs. You know, they hit foul balls. When you can hit them center cut and you use the whole field, you'll be surprised how far you can hit it another way, the other way. These guys are strong. The ball's carrying.
3 balls and a strike to Bizana. Rojas has retired the first 5, and he has shown no signs of wildness. He came back from 3-0 to strike out DeLauder, but he cannot come back and get Bizana, and that's the first walk issued with 2 down here in the 2nd inning.
Batting 7th for the Guardians.
I'm going to bring up Gabriel Arias. Out of the stretch for the first time. And the pitch up high, ball 1. Yeah, it's a new baseball.
Well, he's changed baseballs quite a bit. We'll see how he does out of that stretch. That one was shoulder height.
And looks like, at least that first delivery, pretty good leg kick.
Yeah.
Sure, he has a slide step to go along with it. If he doesn't, they'll take advantage of it.
See, but yeah, you stay right there. Make sure you can get it down in the zone. And right now, if you're Arias, you just sit down and you look for your pitch that you want to hit down in the strike zone, or don't swing, especially if it's up this time.
Fastball pumped it by him, 2-1. That was above the strike zone.
That's what I meant. You got to get your pitch. You got to make sure he gets it down. The first 2 are up.
Ooh. And Arias will challenge.
The batter is challenging the strike call.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
No countdown?
Not this time.
The pitch is a strike. The count is 2-2. Cleveland has 1 challenge remaining.
And the Guardians have just 1 challenge remaining now. He just pumped it right by him. 2 strikeouts for Rojas, 2 scoreless innings, 1-0 Minnesota.
Saves.
The Ballpark Pass, presented by Planet Fitness, is now on sale for August. Get a standing room ticket for 14 home games in August for just $59. That includes $3 dog nights, 3 giveaways, and 5 fireworks shows, including the Rock and Blast. Get it today. CLEGuardians.com.
Luke Keyshaw leads off for Minnesota here in the 3rd, riding a 13-game on-base streak. Big swing and a miss.
That's where Parker Messick is so good on the year. That even pitch, the 1-1 pitch or whatever, he gets it to strike 2, and he usually pitches from up front of the count most of the time.
Ooh, really close.
He thought he had one.
It was really close.
He could have probably challenged it.
Yeah. But with only one to go,
that's true.
Hedges probably wants to be 100% certain.
Yeah, you got to use them wisely. That's one thing we're finding out this year. You know, you'd like to have one late in the ball game for whatever reason. It'd be nice to go into that 8th or 9th inning with one.
Check. It was low. He did not go, and a full count.
Arch, I'm glad you brought up the challenges. I know that when we were in Miami, the first time I heard this season, they told guys to hold it from when the pitcher was on the mound. I think that's where they're at right now. When they get down to one, they're now discussing as a team.
Yeah.
Hey, we need to hold this because we may need it later in the game. And I think that's been a change from maybe how they started this season, where Stephen Vogt was like, hey, everybody do it. You know, but now I think they're starting to realize you want it later in the game.
You know why? We play too many one-run games.
There you go. Strike 3 called. Ring him up. Third strikeout for Parker Messick.
The batter is challenging the strike call.
Have been looking. Luke Keyshaw is going to waste the challenge here. I don't know why he would challenge this. It was right there.
Well, that's, yeah. I mean, that's
the pitch is a strike. It is strike 3. Minnesota has 1 challenge remaining.
ABS powered by T-Mobile. One down here in inning number 3.
I mean, when you see this ball, it gets every bit of the plate, and you got to know that as a hitter. You just maybe that's an emotional challenge there.
We've said emotional challenges don't go well.
No, they don't. They usually go the wrong way.
Ryan Kreidler swings and drives one to center, but Petey Halpin. Good break on that ball. He was sinking. And that is out number 2. Parker Messick coming off his first All-Star game appearance, and it went very well.
Yeah, did a fine job. There's a little change-up to get a roll over. It's short. Then he gets a punch-out to end it. To the hometown boy.
He didn't waste any time.
He never does. There you go.
In the gap. Long run for Speedy Petey. He's there. Makes the catch. Twins go 1-2-3. 1-0 Minnesota, middle of the 3rd. Kendry Rojas, the pitcher for Minnesota tonight, born in Cuba. And when you think about the Minnesota Twins, they have a pretty rich history where it comes to Cuban-born players. And the best Cuban-born pitcher in Twins history is Camilo Pascual. 1963, he went 21-9 at a 2.46 ERA, 18 complete games, and over 200 strikeouts to lead the league. 3-time All-Star for the Twins. How about in 1963, there was only 1 Cy Young Award. They didn't have for both leagues.
Right.
Sandy Koufax won the Cy Young Award that year unanimously. He got every vote. And why? Well, he was a little better than Pascual. He went 25-5 with a 1.88 ERA for the Dodgers. But ironically, 2 years later, they would square off in the World Series. And again, Koufax would get the upper hand, pitching not only Game 5, but also Game 7, with 2 complete game shutout performances to win that World Series for the Dodgers over Pascual and the Twins. But Camilo Pascual is one of those guys that, you know, it's a name that some people remember, but he had the misfortune of beginning his career with the Washington Senators before they relocated to Minnesota.
Right.
So he played on some of the worst teams that you can think of. His first 6 seasons in the big leagues with Washington, they averaged 93 losses a year.
Ooh.
Had it not been for that, he could have very easily been a Hall of Famer if he'd had any kind of help from the offense. He was so good that in 1959, Arch, Cincinnati general manager Gabe Paul, a man you're very familiar with in your time in Cleveland, he tried to swing a deal with Clark Griffith, the owner of Washington. He offered $1 million for Harmon Killebrew and Camilo Pascual. $500,000 for each of them.
Is that right?
And Griffith said no.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that was a lot of money.
That was a staggering amount at that time.
Yes, it certainly was, but those were 2 dynamite ball players.
All 4 as Austin Hedges reaches. Gabe Paul would tell anybody that would listen that he thought Pascual at that time was one of the, if not the best pitcher in the majors. And among the Cuban-born pitchers all time, he's right there among the all-time wins leaders.
Mike Cuellar with Baltimore. Pedro Ramos. What's wrong?
Yeah, Kendry Rojas has everybody coming out to check on. Twins trainer Derek Shelton. Is this a blister issue?
Yeah, they're looking at the finger. It's probably a blister issue.
The last thing that Shelton needs.
Right. And Prelip, the other guy that we faced, who he's replacing, he had the same issue.
Matt had mentioned that they're hoping to get him back Saturday.
He looks right at it after.
Yeah, he sure did.
The only other thing is potentially sometimes you fingernail, but that has the makings of a blister on the inside of that index finger is kind of where he was pointing to.
That's with his changeup or what?
Last thing they need right now.
Well, they're going to let him go, but
You know, Art, shortly before your career began, Camilo Pascual finished his career. These stories always end up like this. Finished his career in Cleveland in 1971. That was his last year at the age of 37. And then he served 3 years as Gene Mauch's pitching coach in Minnesota. He tutored Jerry Koosman, a 20-game winner, 30-save closer Mike Marshall, and then became a longtime scout for the A's and the Dodgers. He signed, among others, Jose Canseco, Alex Cora, Miguel Cairo, and former Cleveland outfielder Franklin Gutierrez.
how about that?
A bunt to first by Halpin. Cody Clemens covers the bag. Austin Hedges is in the scoring position, so give Halpin credit for sacrifice.
Well, he got it down and almost got the base hit. Garantini had to get that ball, and then you can see where Clemens had to hustle, but they got a man in scoring position now at the top of the lineup.
Stephen Kwan ground out his first time up.
This is where Hedges going to have to get a really good secondary lead and a good jump where they play Kwan so shallow in left field on a hit like that. And you can see where Buxton's at.
He's stretching out. He knows.
Oh, I know he does.
It's sort of weird to me that if you felt something on your finger after a pitch,
it's not going to go away.
No.
Yeah, it's amazing that he's just able to stay out there and keep.
Well, he's 15 pitches away from 60. Maybe they told him, go get your 60 pitches.
Well, they do have somebody up, I think.
Yeah, Paredes, who pitched Saturday a couple innings. Everybody's pretty much already been used, Arch.
Driven in the air, right center field, a long way back. Buxton chasing, he won't get it. Around third, scoring the tying run is Austin Hedges, and into second with a game-tying RBI double is Stephen Kwan. They did not expect him to turn that ball around and hit it to the right center field gap, because rarely do you see a ball land where that did without a player making a.
And that was his fastball in, and he was upset. Might not have been a good one, or it might have been a breaking ball.
AJ, it was only 89 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Shelby's seen enough.
You know what, though?
It was inside, Arch.
It was great that we got a shot of where Buxton was playing, because he was over in left center field and he could not reach it. He could not reach it over there. And Keeshaw's not an outfielder. He's just a good athlete out there. So good job.
Yeah, Kendry Rojas knocked out after 2 1/3 innings, 47 pitches. Michael Paredes coming on when we come back. You set up your defense based on how you're going to pitch a guy normally, right?
Absolutely. And what he did, he must have slowed it down on the inside part. Look where they have to go there. There's a huge gap. And he finally turned on the ball. That had some air underneath it as a fly ball. And you could see Buxton was the only one that was going to get there. But he beat him. And now Hedgie didn't have to hustle to get in because he hit a double. So he scored easily.
He was able to cruise home.
Yes.
Mike Paredes is the new pitcher for Minnesota. He was scheduled to pitch in relief of Rojas, but probably coming on a little earlier than they may have anticipated. Brian Rocchio flies left first time up, takes a strike. Paredes pitched along with Rojas Saturday against the Cubs, gave up a run in 2 innings of work. Made his big league debut on May 31st. First time he's pitched against Cleveland. And a line drive to right field. Around third. Kwan will be waved home. He will score. Brian Rocchio breaks the tie with an RBI single here in the third. His 47th run batted in on the year.
Did a nice job hitting a line drive, pulled it down the line. That run will be charged to Rojas, so you can close the book on him. As they give up, and their bullpen has been pitching a really good job up until about the last 4 or 5 games, because the starters have been hit out early. So they have a lot of territory to cover.
And Chase DeLauder stands in. Takes a breaking ball for strike 1.
For Rocchio, that's his 47th RBI.
Chase DeLauder hitting .361 in his last 24 games entering tonight. That's just how hot he has been. He had a 3-0 count his first time up, and then Rojas made a couple of pretty good pitches that he didn't want to swing at, that were breaking balls to get the count full. Then he pumped a 97-mile-an-hour fastball by him.
But you can see how long he waits on the ball, and Tay has a very good eye on the outside part of that plate.
And that one, he didn't like it, but again, because they don't have a challenge left, he's a little hesitant to use it, and he probably would have won.
But he's going to win in the long run, because the umpires know this kid's got a good eye on the outside part of the plate. He will not swing.
There's a ball hammered into center field, and Rocchio will stop at second base.
Sooner or later, you're going to have to come inside to him, because you keep pitching him outside, and he's going to continue to do that to him. And I mean, he laced another line drive. Look at this pitch, trying to run it away. This one stayed up a little bit, and he just tomahawks duck.
It's kind of what you always say. That ball wasn't right down the middle.
No.
Sometimes as a hitter, you don't realize how much plate you can cover. And that ball was, probably outer third. But he still got the barrel right to it.
Yeah, but if you try to hit that one out front, you're just going to roll over on it. You let that ball get deep, and you hit a seed. And he waits on it as well as any hitter.
Rhys Hoskins, a different animal. He likes to get out front and hunt. Like that, but it goes right to the third baseman Lewis, to second for one on to first, and inning-ending double play. But the Guardians get a couple of runs on 3 hits. They take the lead 2-1 after 3.
There's only one original.
Tickets on sale now for the Guardians 50-50 raffle. One lucky winner will take home half the prize. This raffle will end on Thursday at the end of this homestand at midnight, so get your tickets now. CLEGuardians5050.com. Right now, 11,000 in the raffle.
Swing and a miss by Byron Buxton, who grounded to third his first time up. Buxton, Ryan Jeffers, and Josh Bell for Minnesota here in the 4th. 2-1 Guardians. And a ground ball toward Rocchio. Gets rid of it quickly, and a perfect throw, 1 down. Word now from Cleveland Clinic.
When you make complexities your specialties, you redefine what's possible. For every care in the world, Cleveland Clinic.
While we all wait for Jose Ramirez to return from the fractured hamate bone, it's perhaps some good news to see what Ryan Jeffers has done for Minnesota. He missed 46 games after he suffered the same injury and had surgery afterwards. And you know, this is a guy that offensively is one of the most potent catchers in the game. And even he wondered, he said, you wonder when you spend that much time on the IL, when you come back, will I be as good? Will I be as sharp? Well, he came back, doubled in his first 2 games, and hit a 3-run homer in their only win against the Cubs over the last weekend.
And then Homer's here tonight.
Yeah.
It's a baseball injury, to say the least, and everyone is different. But Jose, I had a minute to talk to today. And he went out and he threw, and he was going to hit in the cages underneath, Arch. And he told me, he said, if everything goes well, I want to play tomorrow. So his hope is he can play tomorrow or by the end of this homestand on Thursday is his hope. So I haven't talked to him since he went and hit in the cages, but that's...
Put a pen in his hand. Maybe he'll put his name on the lineup card.
That was the case. He may have tried today. But he was skipping around here. It looks like he feels good and he's ready to go.
Oh, I'm sure he is ready.
Well, that's really good news because we saw that, you know, Angel Martinez also 2 more hits, a home run. He looks like he's ready to go as well.
Be a heck of a boost to this offense. You can get both of them here in the next week.
1-2 pitch popped up. Hoskins, the first baseman, takes care of that 2 down. Angel Martinez down
look
Akron today. He got it.
Yeah, he goes down and picks that ball up off the ground for a home run.
You know what it is. If you throw it to him low, he's going to get it.
Yeah, there he goes.
That kind of looked like Stephen Kwan's double we just saw.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, the thing of it is they were able to do a good job, this ball club, treading water while those 2 boys were out. It's not an easy thing to do, and they're right around the 500 mark.
1 game under.
1 game under, and they win tonight, and they'd be right at the 500 mark, and you really can't do much better than that when you're missing that much offense out of your team.
It really is a testament to the job everyone has done pitching in while those guys are gone, including Chase DeLauder, who missed time. Remember, he was the 3rd member of that trio that went down on the same day.
Just the first one back.
Chase came back and never skipped a beat and has been just terrific. But, you know, we've talked about it. Brian Rocchio, Bazzana.
Yes.
Kwan has caught fire. I mean, they've had contributions from a lot of people.
Oh, boy, they just sent helping over the right center field.
And he can't quite track that one down, and Josh Bell cruises into second base with a double. Now, that is a legitimate double, unlike the one he hit last night on the infield.
I like the one last night better because, you know, today he's celebrating his 10th year as being a big league ball player. And that means something. And right before that pitch, they sent helping over to right center field. And he just missed this one. That's by about 4 or 5 feet or a couple of steps on the dead run. So it'll be a 2-out double for Bell, his 23rd.
10 years service time. What can you explain to the people listening what that means to a player?
That's when you're maxed out, you know, with your pension and everything like that. No matter from, as we see a wild pitch get in the dirt. Yeah, that's the goal you come into as being a big leaguer. You want to get to the big leagues. Once you get here, you start getting pensioned now every day, but you can get it only for 10 years, and you're maxed out and you're taken care of pretty much for life. So it's a big deal. You get your gold card, and it's just something to strive for, and it's not an easy thing when you think the average player plays about 4 years, maybe not even.
Yeah, that's it. That's average, right? The 1-0. I'm sure our friends at Sport Radar would be able to look this one up. I wonder what the overall percentage of players that have reached 10 years of Major League service time is.
Oh, you mean out of the 22,000?
Out of everybody that's played forever.
Yeah, but it's been, I guess you could ask that forever because it used to be different. When I came up, it was 20 years
20, right?
maxed out on a pension.
Wow.
And you had to have 4 years of service time to even get a pension.
That's amazing.
And if you didn't reach that, you got nothing. And there were a lot of players to miss it by a week, couple of days. You know, it's changed different.
Didn't it go to 15 from 20 at one time?
No,
from 20 to 10.
Did
Okay.
not. That's when they started getting more money in the pool, you know, with all the attendances and the playoffs and everything going up. I mean, think about it. Back in the old days, 20 years. Okay, let's go. Good luck. Staying healthy.
Say, right.
I mean, it's still hard to do now.
The 3-1 pitch. That's a strike. Well, you consider, look at it like this. There are fewer than 25,000 men who have ever put on a big league uniform for a single day.
Right.
25,000, less than that. I just wonder, what's the number out of that have reached 10 years of service time in the big leagues?
That'd be, they might be able to help you out.
Drilled foul. I'll bet it's a really
low
small
number.
fraternity.
I think so. I really do. It's not an easy thing to do, 10 years.
Parker Messick with the payoff pitch, and he jammed him. Oh, but he couldn't come up with it. Bare hand grab by Bazzana, and that throw's not on the money. It went into the Twins dugout, and Royce Lewis will be awarded second base. So Minnesota ties the game on a little weak ground ball back to the mound, but sometimes when you're that close to it for Parker Messick, it's hard to gauge how hard that ball's coming back.
They think it's coming harder than what it is, but he whiffed at it as he was going for it. It just got under his glove, and I don't think Bazzana was going to throw him out anyway. It jammed him. But watch him go down there. It was Olay type of play. I don't know if he even picked it up very well.
They're going to charge 2 errors on the play. They're going to give Messick an error on the initial fielding effort and the error on the throw by Bazzana.
Wow.
2-2 our score here in the 4th inning. Right side slicing toward the line and hit the sidewall.
Here comes that ground ball. He should have had it easily. Just didn't pick it, and he was looking at him running. That's a tough error to get Bazzana right there, because I don't think he could have got him after he whiffed on
because it went in the dugout arch maybe, and they gave him the extra base.
Oh, is that? Oh, I thought it went up.
No, it hit the guy standing at the end in a tough place.
Okay.
Victor Caratini called out on strikes his first time up. He chases the changeup, and it's 1-2. Hard hit ball up the middle. Bazzana has it, and he'll sling it over for the final out of the inning. Twins tie it 2-2 midway through the 4th. Cleveland Guardians baseball is brought to you by Levin Furniture and Mattress. Lazy Boy recliner starting at $395 at Levin. Some of the guys went over to the APL before the game here this afternoon. Stephen Vogt, his wife Alyssa, Colin Holderman. Pitch outside, ball 1 to David Fry here in the home half of the 4th. 2-2 our score. Fry, Bazzana, and Arias. Do you have any pets growing up in the Falls?
Around my house, maybe not for long.
Some strays? Taking a few strays?
Used to have a pigeon. And a dog. He wouldn't last for long around my house.
Fighting for scraps?
That sounds like dinner at the Manning household.
No, it wasn't dinner. Might have followed one of our brothers somewhere, and he got lost. There wasn't much room for a bet.
All right, so we have our answer.
Already.
Zach Robinow at Sport Radar. He fired up the computer.
Beautiful.
Filled it up with gas. They needed a little extra fuel to kick out this one. 23,462 individuals. Oh, and it went off the pitcher. Paredes right to the shortstop. Kreidler. And Bazana is out number 2. 23,462 players have donned a major league uniform for at least one game. 16.9% of them have reached 10 years of service time. That number, 3,971 players out of 23,460.
That's all right. There you go. Is it more than you thought? Or
It is. I didn't even think it would be that many.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah. There's been some.
Because 10 years is a long time.
That's a lot of service time. Yes, it is. Well, and you know, now you think where there's 30 teams.
Drilled the left.
That's got to be over his head.
And short hop defense. Arias, I don't know. He's going to have to stop.
Yeah. Hit it too hard.
His
played it well.
footwork was messed up too when he got to first. I don't think it would have mattered anyway. 2-out single for Arias keeps the inning alive.
Yeah, that ball was hammered. But played well.
Sure was.
You know, Martin played it well, got it in.
And now Austin Hedges walked and scored in the 3rd for Cleveland. Hedgie comes in batting .360 in his last 19 games, including 3 doubles, a couple of homers, 8 runs batted in. Top to left, Martin is there. Side retired. 2-2 through 4 in Cleveland.
AFC.
Top half of the 5th inning brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Ram dealers. Cody Clemens leads off for Minnesota. He flied to center his only time up. Parker Messick gave up a 2-out home run to Ryan Jeffers in the 1st. And then a defensive miscue of his own cost him the tying run on the 4th. That is smoked. And Bazana got leather on it but couldn't reel it in. Clemens a wide turn. He'll hold.
Did you see him look down at his glove to see if it went through the pocket?
I thought that's what he was looking for.
Yeah. He looked down at the glove and then says, hey, I got to get up and get that ball. Clemens was running. And he did. I mean, he hit that ball hard. Very tough hop. He looked down at the glove but realized I got to get there and get it in. Check the glove later.
Well, right off the end it looked like.
Yeah. That ball had some spin on it, top spin, and it ate him up.
Luke Keyshaw called out on strikes first time up. Right back our way, Arch.
Oh, a little low.
Yeah, would have had to dive for that one.
Not now.
Arch ain't diving. Arch didn't even move.
I saw it was
back,
low.
Arch.
It was low.
You got a good eye.
If I was up a little higher, Andre,
Nah,
I would have been moving.
Look at him. Pro's pro. He didn't even move. Matt, I see you, man. Look
Yeah,
at,
just in case, you know, you might get a
you.
ricochet.
I see you. The eye in the sky don't lie.
I was waiting for you to say it was an ugly finder. You didn't say it.
I got to welcome you back kindly.
No, that would have made me feel at home.
Yes, that's true. You knew it was coming.
At the finder.
1-2 to Keyshaw. Ate him up. Fourth strikeout for Parker Messick. One down here in the 5th inning.
There you go. You get him elevating that fastball 94 above the zone. You get the strikeout.
Arch, can his fastball look maybe harder than 94 miles an hour because of all the pitches he throws and because of the, you know what I mean?
You know what? You know what? We had Kluber when everybody was sitting on his slider. I mean, not Kluber.
Bieber, yeah.
He had the slider ball, you know, and he would get. How many guys did he lock up on his fastball? Inside. They're always looking away. I think they look a lot of change-ups off this guy because they think they have a better chance of getting a hit. Not that his fastball's that great, but then all of a sudden it's by you.
Ryan Kreidler looks at a ball in the dirt.
I love what Gavin Williams said about him. You know, they all mess with each other and give each other nicknames, but he said his work ethic is unbelievable. He doesn't work like a rookie, and he said it's been like that from day one. And almost, you know, for Gavin, he said it makes you want to work harder because you see this kid come up. He works hard, and then you see the results, and you go, okay, there's a reason why he's successful every 5th day.
Absolutely. I mean, he does have a devastating changeup. And the one thing, he's always around the plate, too. They take good swings at it and foul it off. But as the year goes on, and I mean, he goes out there and he gives you quality starts. There are a lot of them. They'll get used to him. They'll get a book on him, and they'll start, you know, because he's already realizing that, hey, you go out there, every start is different. Right. You're not going to have the same stuff. I'm not going to have that good stuff. And I heard him talk about the last couple times. He's had to work.
Right. He's had to work.
He's had to really work at it to get your way through 5. But he's still aggressive and he still throws strikes.
This will be pitch number 70 on the night. And a swing and a miss. He held on to it on the foul tip.
And that's another fastball that gets him a strikeout.
Yep.
Yes, indeed.
Back-to-back strikeouts for Parker Messick. 2 down here in the 5th inning.
I mean, he got a piece of it, but he was tardy on it, and it was out of the strike zone.
He got strike 2 with the changeup, then he fouled off that fastball, and then he struck out on another fastball.
And you know, with that changeup, when it's down like it is, Andre, once he throws a fastball up, it's easier to pick up, but then they don't know if it's a strike or not, and they swing at some pitches that are out of the zone, or he can lock them up on the inside part of the plate with it, where they won't swing at all.
Austin Martin, he looks at a curveball.
There we go. We're getting now going through for the 3rd time, so now you break out another little bag of tricks.
Let me give you something else to think about.
Bingo. You come back. Let me start you off with a little get me over curveball, strike 1. You know, and this is the key for Parker too. In plate appearances, you know, tonight 22 of them. Let's say he's had 2-1 counts. He's just good at getting those kind of counts when you're 1-1 and then all of a sudden you get ahead in the count 1-2 72 times this year. 22 2-1 counts, so well above.
Yeah, he's always putting the hitter on the defensive.
And, you know, when you're throwing that many strikes, you get outs on 3 pitches or less.
Yeah.
Sure, you might give up a few home runs. He's given up 11 home runs. That's not bad at all for as many strikes as he's throwing.
Heck, I know a guy that gave up 6 in 1 game.
He just watched it yesterday.
An all-star.
2 balls and 2 strikes. Austin Martin. Wide to center his last time up. And the count goes full.
I remember the last time we saw these guys here. This is a guy that was trying to shoot everything to right field.
Figure he'll go at him with Buxton waiting on deck. He did, and he fouls it off. You know, this is another example, though, of the Twins' identity. Derek Shelton said, coming out of spring training, I didn't know what our identity on offense was going to be. But the identity of our offense has been they just grind through every single at bat.
Yeah.
They don't give many away. Not a lot of lazy first pitch swings and easy outs.
I remember earlier in the year, they were the best team in challenges.
Still are, I think. I tell you what, that was a really good juicy fastball. Locked him up to retire the side. 3 strikeouts here in the 5th for Parker Messick. Halfway through, tied at 2 in Cleveland. Two-two, bottom of the 5th. Petey Halpin leading off. And Mike Paredes delivers outside, ball 1. Halpin a sack for a vice bunt. His first time up. Fouled off to the left.
Yeah, got the sack bunt, but he hit 2 dingers last night and a double.
Woo! The slap heard across the world. Asked Fink tonight of how that felt. He goes, I felt like a feather hit me. He said, no big deal. But that all stemmed from him trying. They were just talking back and forth, and there was a joke. He said, when you finally hit a home run, he goes, you can slap me. Because he made so many changes, Arch, in his approach and how he was hitting. And Grant Fink knew it was a tough thing for him to do, but he said, just if you trust me, it's going to work. And
trying to quicken his stroke.
Right. There's a liner to left. Austin Martin has it, 1 down.
But Arch, as you know, when he came up last year, he realized how he hit in the minors was not going to work in the big leagues.
Well, that's what all of the young kids have to do. I mean, you've got to make adjustments. I mean, you can come up and get off to a decent start or, you know, get things, but the pitchers will adjust to you. Now you're going to have to come back, and it's all a matter of getting playing time if you can get out there and get some at-bats. He's probably going to get the least at-bats on the ball club, so, you know, it's going to be a little tougher for him. But it's nice for him to have a night like that and to feel good and say, hey, I believe I belong. You know, he's got to believe that.
Well, the guys said that last night. They were so excited for him because of just what you said. He knows he's not going to get a ton of at-bats. He's always a positive guy.
Right.
One of the best guys that, you know, to cheer you up. So they were happy for him last night to see him have some success.
Yes, don't blame him. But now, yeah, see, it just makes you feel welcome, man. It makes you feel at home.
You're a part of it.
And yes, you're a part of it. Yes, you believe that you belong.
Stephen Kwan, an RBI double. And a run scored back in the 3rd.
They're still banking on him going to left center, and I would think so. Yes, he got burned in right center field the last time because the pitcher made a mistake with a slow pitch on the inside to him. So that they're going to stay basically away, hard and away.
Got one by him there, full count. Fastball. That was middle in.
See, that's where he tried to turn on that one. But he had the count in his favor, and that's what you work for. You know, there's your shot. Now get back to yourself like that.
By the way, you were asking before we went to break there. Twins, Minnesota Twins, they've challenged more times than any team in baseball. Total challenges, 285 going into
And they were
tonight.
great coming out of the chute.
254 was the closest team too. So 30 more challenges than any other team in baseball.
Wow.
And when it comes to getting them overturned, because of that, they've had more calls overturned, 161. But the rate, they're 3rd in the American League.
For percentage of, yeah.
Tigers are #1 at almost 60. A's are #2 at 57, and Twins at 56.5.
Yeah, they've been good all year at it. So, I mean, those are the hitters that they know the strike zones. And the catchers come into play there, too, obviously.
Brian Rocchio, an RBI single his first time up, takes a breaking ball down and in.
All right, he's going for that challenge again.
The batter is challenging the strike call.
With only one remaining, an important challenge for Brian Rocchio. ABS powered by T-Mobile. Got it right.
The pitch is a ball. The count is 2-1. Cleveland has one challenge remaining.
Now, in that case, that's a big flip. You go from 1-2, where you're now on the defensive, to 2-1. You could be a little more aggressive. Hit hard but foul. Two balls, two strikes. Rocchio out in front of it. A word here from Bet365.
Did you win?
Let's just say the next round of omelets is on me, fellas.
Bet $10, get $200 in bonus bets.
Go ahead run at first base. Stephen Kwan taking a modest lead, held on by Caratini. 2-2 count for Rocchio. And he draws the throw.
Well, Kwan, not a big base stealer. I figure he'll stay here. If it's a 3-2 count, it'll be different.
Ground ball up the middle. That's going to get through. Kwan will go to third. Rocchio, a wide turn, holds it first, and Guardians at the corners with one out here in the fifth.
Good job by Rocchio battling to get himself a base hit. He's now has two. Drove in one. And he just shortened that swing. You see where he was just trying to put it in play, use the middle of the field, gets it through. Easy for Kwan to get to third. Now they got the inning set up for the big man to lob.
All right, so the Twins bring the infield in. Good luck. And Chase DeLauder takes aim. And it's outside, ball one. Interesting setup, though, Arch. They've got Clemens where you would expect him to be on the right side of the infield, hugging the grass. But the shortstop, Kreidler's almost straight up the middle. Gigantic hole through the left side.
Yes, but he'll hit it that way if he gets it. There's no doubt. He tried to lift.
And the shortstop, Kreidler, has it for out number two. So Chase, unable to come through, will give way to Kyle Manzardo, who's going to pinch hit here for Rhys Hoskins. Manzardo coming off last night's game in which he pinch hit in the 7th inning and wrapped a double to right field and came around to score a run. And that was good for him, just to kind of get that monkey off back, get that first hit out of the All-Star break out of the way and get rolling again.
Yeah, he's been struggling a little bit, so get an opportunity. Nothing like a 2-out base hit. Still got the inning set up, first and third.
First pitch up. Left field. Martin handing over. Oh, Guardians had a chance, but unable to cash in. 5 complete, tied at 2. This was Evan Lalo 1 year ago today, throwing out the ceremonial first pitch as he battled cancer. Tonight, exactly 1 year later, Evan is now cancer-free, and the scans have come back completely clear. Once again, able to throw out this ceremonial
Good
first
for
pitch.
you, Evan. Congratulations. Good ball.
David Fry, who caught that ceremonial first pitch last year, went over to greet him and obviously wish him well. 6th inning, 2-2 our score, and Byron Buxton leads it off 0 for 2 on the night. Messick struck out 3 in a row to end the 5th inning.
For Parker, he has had now 12 0-2 1-2 counts in this ball game, and they have just one knock. So 12 out of 20. He's had 0-2 1-2. That's outstanding.
Bounced in front of the plate. Same pitch, same result. Three in a row in the dirt.
Wow. Came back 3 times in the pitch, and he wasn't able to make an adjustment doing it. 3-2. What's he go with here? Won't be that pitch again, I don't think.
Line to left. And Byron Buxton. I think he was able to just sit fat and look for something over the plate, and he was
number one. Give me that, and it was down. He wasn't trying to get him to swing and miss. He didn't want to walk anybody. He made him hit his way on. But the 3 pitches before that, okay, he gave him an opportunity. They get their 4th hit, the leadoff single here in the 6th.
All right, again, so we're into the 6th inning, and going back to our keys earlier in the game, scatter. He's scattered to this point. This is where the Twins got him earlier this year. 5 consecutive hits in that 6th inning chased him from the game. Guardians get the bullpen active now as Parker gives up that leadoff single to Buxton. Ryan Jeffers hit a home run back in the 1st inning. That was just a tad high.
And that's the thing with him. You know, he's around the plate all the time. Even when he misses, he's not missing by much.
And that fastball fouled back out of play, 1-2.
That's the one thing you have to do with Messick. If you hopefully, when you get your fastball, you don't foul it off. You put it in play. Buxton did.
See if he can come back and get the feel for that changeup right here.
Yeah, I could use a ground ball. Get a double play.
Ran the fastball in.
Bingo.
It's a 1-hopper, a 2-hopper to Pizzana. And he ends up getting the out at first. That ball, he jammed him so hard that Pizzana just couldn't get to it.
Well, and then the spin, once he got to it, he had to make sure he got an out. You know, so he had to sit and wait with 2 hands to catch that ball. It spins on him. He wasn't going to get Buxton running, and he was lucky to get Jeffers at first.
Go ahead run in the scoring position for Josh Bell.
That's just going to have a little conversation
this
with
is
him.
A smart time to go out because Bell has been a tough out for Cleveland.
Especially early in the count. He will come up and go right at you. That ball had so much spin, Arch. It didn't even go into Pizzana's glove.
I know. I saw it. I knew it. It was going to be a tough play no matter what.
It's the 2nd time he's got inside on a hitter and almost didn't get an out.
Yeah. Well, they got their little game plan that they're going to have for Bell here.
Lifted in the air.
Early, first pitch.
Bazana. 2 down. And a word now from Levin.
Sink into unbeatable comfort with Lazy Boy recliners, starting at just $395. For an incredible selection of Lazy Boy, shop Levin.
88 pitches on the night. And with the go-ahead run in scoring position, Stephen Vogt is going to the mound. Parker Messick not happy about it. He is going to make the move. Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen for Colin Holderman when we come back.
We are professional grade.
Parker Messick tonight, 5 2/3 innings of work, 4 hits, did not walk a batter, struck out 6.
Well, I bet he wanted an opportunity to finish that inning off, though. You know, he was looking. He got the one out on Bell, one pitch to get him out. He wanted to at least try to finish that 6th inning, I'm sure. But the skipper made the decision. Goes to the right-hander who's been having an outstanding year to get this final out.
Royce Lewis 0 for 2. Guardians, after Gabriel Arias burned a challenge early in the game, they've been gun shy a number of times on some borderline pitches because you want to save that one challenge for late in the game. But we've seen a couple that, and if they still had 2 left, I think Hedgie would have pulled the trigger.
Yeah,
let's challenge it.
I don't disagree with that.
Ball 4. 2 on. 2 out. And Victor Caratini coming up. You know, Arch, I've made the comment before, just the more we watch, there's probably no harder time to be a hitter in the history of baseball than right now. The quality of pitching with all the technology and the information and everything that goes into it. I'm also starting to think there's been no harder time to manage, to be a manager in baseball, because you're still managing personalities, egos, human beings. That doesn't change.
Right.
Now you're managing valuable assets that belong to the franchise, that belong to the individual. You're managing that at the same time. You're trying to win the game, but you're also having to think about, hey, Parker Messick's a young kid, his innings threshold, we've got to think long term. That's not fun for Stephen Vogt or anybody in that dugout to take him out of this game right now.
It's out of play for the normal fan because they don't think about anything like that. They can't. That's why you get paid the big money when you're a manager. You gotta.
And Parker's not thinking it. Any guy that's out there's not thinking it. No. When it's all said and done and he calls him in and sits him down and says, this is why I did what I did.
Right.
Okay, I understand now.
Yeah, but sometimes it's emotional. You know it's an emotional game, and a lot of times in the heat of the moment, it's tough to accept things.
I mean, we've seen it this year with a couple of guys that had no hitters, perfect games. They got yanked. Everybody's up and on. Why? I can't believe it.
I can see that. I can see like no hitters.
Nobody wants to do that.
But the way they're raised now, they throw 100 pitches. You better be, to get a no hitter, you better be good all the way through it.
Caratini, a liner to center. Petey Halpin puts it away. Twin stranded pair. We move to the bottom of the 6th. Still tied at 2.
Well, the ultimate goal of an MLB fan is seeing it all. Well, the MLB journey of 30 sweepstakes presented by T-Mobile should be on your bucket list. You can enter now. Chance to win trips to all 30 ballparks. Head to MLB.com/journey to 30 sweeps.
Gonna get a pinch hitter to start the bottom of the 6th inning as Khalil Watson comes off the bench to hit for David Fry. Mike Paredes came on in relief of starter Kenry Rojas. He has gone 2 2/3 innings of scoreless relief. Watson is 1 for 3 as a pinch hitter.
I know where that one came. Chi-Town.
He tops this one foul right side. Watson, a 5-game hitting streak. He's 6 for his last 18. Hit hard but foul.
Tell you what, he had to run all the way in and get a ball, and then the next one comes down too. He ends up making a play, stumble. No. He's fine.
Right.
He had to stumble. He had a long way to go. Kept the ball in front of him.
Darius did a good job.
Is that it, Darius?
That's Darius. He's big.
That's a big boy.
He's big time.
He's got a first baseman's glove too. Call him Stretch.
He's locked in, Arch.
Gonna get him a bigger helmet.
I was just gonna say we need a bigger helmet. There's a ball to right center. Go Khalil, go. He's off to the races. He's gonna go into second base, gliding with a leadoff double.
Attaboy, second pinch hit, and why not hit a double?
6th double in his 87th at bat of the year.
Forget the singles. Let's start it off with a double here. Does just that. Good job, good at bat. Now you got the inning set up. You see Clemens trying to dive for that ball by him.
Well, Travis Bazzana 0 for 1 with a walk. Don't think he'll be bunting. He'll try to get it on the right side of the infield.
Yeah, he won't give up and out here. He certainly can pull the ball. Tease him with that little change up and something away to see if he'll try and swing at it, but he's looking for something middle in he can pull.
Royce Lewis, third baseman, playing off the line even with the bag. And Bazzana let that one track deep before he spoiled it. It was a changeup. That 365 scores from around the league. Oh, almost hit him. It did. It got him on the leg or the heel maybe. And so Bazzana aboard. 2 on. And nobody out.
Well, he wasn't going to make a mistake in there. He throws that slider in and gets somewhere just around the knee, underneath the knee, and it ricochets. So now you have first and second.
Two on, nobody out, and Gabriel Arias to the plate. Driving a single into center field. Watson coming around third, gets a stop sign from Odor. Buxton got rid of it quickly. Throw was offline, but better safe than sorry. You've got him loaded with nobody out.
Yeah, it was hit too hard. He jumped on that very first pitch, and no way you're going to send him there. You've got the bases juiced. You've got Hedgie coming up. You're down at the bottom part of your lineup, but you've got a golden opportunity here to take the lead.
Pete Mackey, pitching coach, going to go out for a visit. I want to clear something up earlier. We were talking about service time, right?
Right.
And our guy Zach at Sport Radar, you know, he looked it up, but he's only able to look up seasons played rather than actual service time. So that number was higher than it actually is.
16%.
16.9 is what it came out to be. It's actually less than 10%.
Wow.
Per the Major League Baseball Players Association. So fewer than 10% of all the players in the history of the game have reached 10 years of service.
You can accept that now,
you, my
can't you?
friend, are in a very small. Yeah. I knew it had to be small. I mean, hey, 16.9% is small, but it's even smaller than that. So just wanted to clear that up. Bases loaded, infield in. Austin Hedges at the plate.
He may put a safety squeeze down here. You never know. He's the best bunter on the team if he feels like it. You got good speed with Watson.
Arch, I was going to ask, with the bases loaded, would that be a play that you'd want to make since it's a force at the plate?
Well, yeah, you could do that. But you got to let that man on third base. You know, he's well aware.
Yeah.
Rugi, I'm sure, says just be heads up. If he puts the ball down, just make sure it's on the ground. You don't want to get doubled off, and that's where it's a tough play as a base runner. You know, you got to make sure it's on the ground, and they are really hugging tight.
Foul right side.
Okay, Hedges doing a nice job of trying to slap it that way.
Using his arms.
But I'd like to see him go that way. Yes, stay on everything so you don't get, you know, you could always flare one off if it's a fastball. There, you see how deep it was? That was a good angle to see where he hit that ball. That ball was at least on the plate, if not farther. Oh, he did him a favor.
Pop to left, back goes Martin.
Did him a
Plenty
favor.
of room. Watson tags. He's coming home to score the go-ahead run, and it's 3-2 Cleveland. So Hedgie gets the job done with his 15th RBI.
Well done. He slowed it down and left it on the inner part of the plate. And that's what I mean. The pitcher made a mistake there, and Hedgie got that go-ahead run home. Beautiful job. Look at, he's sitting away, and oops, that's a huge mistake.
He's kind of fortunate that only ended up being a sac fly.
Right, you're right. He got a break.
Hedgie's eyes widened like saucers.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it was coming inside, especially slowed down.
Timeout for a pitching change. Cleveland has the lead, 3-2 in the sixth.
Well, the Guardians will face that team coming in from Arizona on the 31st. The D-backs will be here. Enjoy dollar dogs on $2 Miller Lite pregame. Also a postgame fireworks show presented by Gusto. You can get your tickets today, CLEGuardians.com.
Well, Petey Halpin to the plate. There are 2 on and 1 out. Cleveland has taken the lead. And Derek Shelton, I wouldn't say it's a roll of the dice, but I think he's recognizing at this point in the game he needs to go to the guy that can get him out of the jam.
Yeah, this is his save right now for him. Yes.
Runners go. Throw down the third, and it's in. Not in time. He didn't get the tag there. But Zana able to avoid the tag of Lewis. Looked like the throw beat him, but he couldn't get the tag on him. And a double steal for Cleveland.
I'll tell you, Bazana's good at that. They just, no, he beat it. He got in there. He didn't get the tag. So give him a double steal. So nice. Takes a double play away. So now Rogers really has to work.
Great work by the coaching staff. That was worked on as they changed pitchers. They went over that. They knew the move, and they were on it, Arch, from the very beginning.
I mean, to do it on the first pitch and everything, it is. Yeah. It's great. The earlier in the count, the better. And that now puts the pressure on, the defense and also the pitcher to try and get a strikeout.
Well, I give this coaching staff credit. They knew the pitcher that was coming in. They know his moves. JT went through it with them, and they were ready to go as soon as it came
You can't
back.
hide anything because they can see who's warming up in that bullpen, and they've got all the information they need.
Fly ball, center field. Buxton.
You got to go, got to send him.
Bazana tags. He's coming home. Here's the throw. In time, they got him.
Yeah, you had to challenge him. You had to make him make a perfect throw, and it looked like he did. I don't know if he got the hand on the plate.
No challenge.
Yeah, he might have got the hand on the plate.
Did, yeah.
I wasn't sure that, I mean, from the naked eye, I was watching that throw come in and I knew he would make a good one, but you had to send him in that situation.
I think they're going to challenge blocking the plate and the play.
Oh, yeah, you got to challenge both at one time.
Cleveland is challenging the blocking of home plate and the play at home plate.
Yeah, if you do one, you got to do them both at once. Let's see how that works out. That would be a huge break.
Is
Let's see.
He didn't block.
Yes, he did miss him. He tugged him on the shoulder. He's going to be safe. He got the hand in there. Watch. He misses the swipe. And now he gets him on the shoulder and the hand's on the plate. That's a beautiful shot. And I think that call's going to get overturned. I mean, they can look at it, but the first swipe didn't get him, and everybody thought it did.
This will give you a pretty good idea how he doesn't get the tag before
the best is Travis.
The hand gets on the plate.
The best is Travis right now looking at the Jumbotron. He goes, I told you I was in.
Tough to look through that helmet. Got a couple of eye holes at the top.
So you can see it.
After review, there is no violation of blocking. However, the runner is safe. Call is overturned. Cleveland retains.
So give Petey Halpin an RBI on a sac fly. He feels better about things. And Travis Pisano with a big run scored to extend the Guardians' lead to 4-2.
So
back-to-back sac flies.
Yeah, and the stolen base really paid off. When they went on the first pitch on a new pitcher with a left-hander on the mound, easier to steal third. They get themselves in scoring position and earned a run right there. Beautiful job.
Last night they played 95 Indian-style ball. Tonight it's guards ball. A double steal, back-to-back sac flies, and a 2-run lead in the 6th.
Yeah, still a ways to go.
However, Cleveland is 38-3 when leading after 6 this year. Just outside. Ball 4.
Well, the
catcher is challenging the ball call.
ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Yeah, Jeffers felt like that was a strike.
And the Twins are out of challenges.
The pitch is a ball. It is ball 4. Minnesota has no challenges remaining.
So nice at bat for Kwan to get himself aboard.
He's walked twice tonight.
And a knock. That'll play every day.
Something that Stephen Vogt referenced before the game. Stephen Kwan's 9-pitch at bat last night to start the game. How important that was for the rest of the lineup. He's seen 26 pitches in all tonight. Now he told me it's not like carved in stone that Kwani's back in the leadoff spot, but Arch, with each passing game, it looks like he's back in the leadoff spot. He's doing all the things that he's done in the past.
He's our best leadoff hitter. He's been there for 3 years.
Topper toward third, cut off by Royce Lewis, goes to second for the inning-ending force. But the Guardians, 2 runs in the inning, couple of stolen bases, couple of sac flies. They lead 4-2. The injury report is brought to you by the injury attorneys at Elk and Elk. Tough break for Chicago. Kyle Teal, you saw him awkwardly as he leaped toward the plate to make the tag. He rolled his ankle. And, you know, he just came back from a couple of key injuries that derailed his season.
Yeah.
He's in a very, very important piece of their puzzle. I'm not saying that it's going to derail their season, but you feel badly for Teal, and you do wonder what that impact could have on Chicago if he's lost for any significant amount of time. First ball swinging, Cody Clemens bangs it into center field, his second hit of the night. Sean Armstrong is the new Cleveland pitcher. Armstrong appearing for the 37th time this year.
Didn't waste any time jumping on that first pitch.
Brings up Luke Keyshaw.
Art, you brought up Keyshaw's infielder that's moved to the outfield, and it's really changed his season. He's hitting better than he ever has before. And Grady Sizemore and I talked. He said it's been his job to teach him the basics, and the main thing he said is, he said, I'm telling him to be an athlete out in the outfield. So he still has a lot to learn. He goes, but you can see his confidence growing because suddenly he's getting hits when he's playing out there.
You know, he's a great outfielder. It takes the pressure off. You can think about your hitting a little more being out in the outfield than you can on the infield. And he's a great athlete, but the one thing they're concerned about is his arm. They're going to send out the stronger infielder on a relay when the ball, if he's playing right field.
Now, he did say, Grady, I'll give him credit. He said he's looked at what guys like JT McGuire have done. He said, you know, when you're in the big leagues and you see all these guys moving around, he goes, you better pay attention to the guys that are doing it successfully. And he says he can see that JT has found something with how he's helped guys. So he's looking at the same things that we've seen JT do with some of our guys. He's trying to do with his over there.
Yeah.
Grady Sizemore did not possess the strongest arm among outfielders in the game, but he knew he was smart in that he knew to get it to the cutoff man and quickly, and a great quick release.
You charge the ball, get rid of it quickly, and your job is done. You're not going to throw a lot of guys out, but your cutoff men will.
Right.
They can always help you.
Double play ball, Rocchio. There's one. Bazana couldn't quite turn it. Keyshaw did get down the line in a hurry, and that kangaroo hop killed Rocchio's chances.
Yeah, no, he got down the line. That kid can fly. He gets out, but any hitter heads down, and you want to beat it out, and he beats it out easily from the right side of the plate. That's pretty quick getting down there.
Now Ryan Kreidler. For Ryan Kreidler, this year has been an awakening. He kind of feels like he's wandered in the desert for quite some time to try and find some consistency as an offensive player. He had 4 seasons with Detroit, but never really had it all kind of come together and click for him. Foul ball. Twins claimed him off waivers in October, and they kept him on the roster all winter long as a depth player. And the key for Kreidler, he says, you know, we all have doubts and expectations, things we're worried about, but at the end of the day, you just have to have fun. You got to go out and play with some freedom.
Yeah.
He said, I'm just trying to not worry about being perfect all the time. And man, what a release that has been for him.
Well, you can't be perfect in this game. It's hard to do. You're going to fail every day at something. But you know, it changes scenery sometimes help if you get around some good guys in the clubhouse. And he said Shelty loves his clubhouse, the way it works.
And you know what else is different about the modern player? Something that, as he goes down swinging, something that Kreidler does, a lot of players do. You probably would have never thought about doing this in your era. He works out with other players in the offseason. He was working out with Christian Yelich of the Brewers and Johnny DeLuca of the Tampa Bay Rays. And
that's good. That's
getting different feedback. They're trying to tell him, hey, you need to be more athletic in your stance and just a little bit of.
You know, when you listen to other players and you're around them, you know, something may click, but you want to be like a sponge and take up, you know, if you're working out with good players. Were you saying I wasn't friendly and I wouldn't like guys or what?
I'm just saying, no.
It was frowned upon probably when you played it.
I'm sure, yeah. If somebody found out you were working out with
whoever.
Yeah.
Whoever.
Mickey Rivers, they said, what are you working out with Mickey Rivers for?
George Don't lend them any money. No, we used to hang out in the city. I mean, we stayed in the city. We worked. We played basketball against, you know, high school, teams and things like that at schools. They went Minuteman temporary help and did some work with Cy Bidak.
But you do hear that story more and more, Matt. Players in the offseason working out together.
Well, there's so many of these so-called facilities. Yeah, you know what?
Right. It's such a different game now.
Yeah, but Arch, you always say your peers are who you'll listen to and learn more from than your coaches, and that's no offense to the coaches, but you'll listen to a guy that's getting in that box like you are.
No doubt. Yeah, and I mean, you're from the same town, and you've got places like that. Yeah, you got to be friends. You got to go out there and be the best you can be.
Trevor Larnach pinch hitting here in this 7th inning.
And also, somebody better tell him you got to take some time off too after the season.
I agree.
Your body's got to rest a little bit, man. It's a grueling game.
Fouled right back.
Catch it, Brady.
Oh-2 pitch. It's outside. Larnach is another guy, 29 years old. He said, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now without the failure that I've gone through. He's cut down on the strikeouts. He's cut his strikeout rate in half this year compared to his first 3 big league seasons. The 1-2. Armstrong misses down low.
Well, if you want to stay in a lineup, you've got to make a lot of changes sometimes. He's got good power. I mean, he's a pretty strong hitter, line drive. We've seen him for a number of years now.
Shoots it down the left field line and just foul.
Yeah, that's a break. I think that's a swing right there that we see him take. He wouldn't have taken a couple of years ago.
You know, Larnach said something I thought it was interesting, Rick. He said some young guys, when they come up, they're overmatched and they're just not ready. And it takes a couple of years to develop and learn themselves.
Right.
He said it took me a while to figure out who I was, but you have to understand and learn what went wrong and be willing to put the work in to get better. Line drive to center field for Larnach. And stopping at second is Luke Keyshaw. So Derek Shelton trying to pull some strings to get his team back in it. And Larnach off the bench delivers to get the baton to Byron Buxton.
That was a pitch out over the plate that he takes right back up the middle after missing the third base line. So now you get it to your best hitter, and now Stephen Vogt's going to come out and make a pitching change.
So the wheels are turning here in Cleveland. Hunter Gaddis coming on when we come back.
I say, who wants a margarita?
Well, it's Kids Fun Day and also Slider's birthday party. That'll be Sunday, August 2nd, and kids get a chance to run the bases after the game. They'll face the Diamondbacks at 1:40, and thanks to Cleveland Clinic Children's, you get your tickets now at CLEGuardians.com. Slider celebrating his birthday then. Last Sunday of July.
Wearing headphones. Hunter Gaddis on the pitch. Byron Buxton is the batter with runners at first and second. And 2 down. Buxton 1 for 3 on the night. Big swing and a miss. Coming out of the All-Star break, no team in the majors had hit better with runners in scoring position than the Minnesota Twins. 286 batting average. Wow. Coming out of the break. How about this one, Arch? Coming out of the break, they had 146 plate appearances with the bases loaded, 12 more than they had all of last year.
They had some traffic going on the bags.
Gaddis trying to shut him down right here. No easy matchup. Byron Buxton has been tearing the cover off the baseball. Missed outside, 3-1. Buxton not chasing the slider.
Yeah, and well, Gaddis making sure he's not messing around. He's not going to make a mistake on the plate. He's a good breaking ball hitter.
We got that one right on the outside edge. Perfect pitch.
And that's what he wants to do. He made that 3-1 pitch. It was pretty much an unhittable pitch. He's going to come back and try and do the exact same thing here and see if he gets it, or if it's off the plate, maybe he'll chase it.
Runners go in the 3-2. And it's in the air, right field, near the line, into foul ground. Nobody can get there. It's off the netting. Again, the runners go on the 3-2. Center field. Halpin has plenty of room. Makes the catch. And Hunter Gaddis slams the door in the 7th. 4-2 Guardians. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Cleveland Guardians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Guardians. Guardians on top 4-2, bottom of the 7th inning. Chase DeLauder will lead it off. Taylor Rogers back out here for the Twins. DeLauder 1 for 3 on the night, takes a strike. Chase has hit now in 23 of his last 25 games, and a wry smile as he he chased a bad one there. Breaking ball that was moving away from him. And look at that, comes right back and finds the hole on the right side of the infield for his 2nd hit of the night. Another multi-hit game.
Yeah, but that's what happens. He stays back so nicely on a left-handed breaking ball, and it's off the end of the bat, but when he hits it, it's right in the hole. Because they have to defend the other way as well. They got to play him sort of straight up.
Isn't that great, though, how he could look so bad on the previous swing and almost kind of laughing at himself, and then come right back and say,
"You
no
idiot,
problem.
What are you swinging at?"
No problem, no big deal.
Regroup.
Now Kyle Manzardo fly to left his only time up in the 5th. To first. Caratini go down to 2nd for 1. The return throw is unable to be hauled in by Rogers. Don't know if he missed it or what happened there.
Yeah, he was having trouble getting to the bag, and the throw made him reach back, I think, a little bit, and he never caught the ball. But they get one. They get the lead runner. See, his stretch and the throw was a little behind, and it hit him in the left hand.
Hit him in his pitching hand.
Well,
Arch, they make the bags bigger, but sometimes you see these pitchers run over and they can't figure out which part of the bag to get to.
Sometimes a little awkward.
Yeah.
Khalil Watson, a pinch hit double that sparked a 2-run rally in the 6th. Watson called up after the trio of injuries that Chase DeLauder and Jose Ramirez and Angel Martinez. He's had some big moments, hasn't he?
Yeah, he got off to a very good start with that series in Chicago.
Well, when you're talking about this team being able to, keep the pace without those guys, think about where they would have been without Watson when we were in Chicago.
Right. Well, what do you have? Eight RBIs or something like that?
Slow chopper to second. Cody Clemens on the move, flips it over, and that's in time for out number 2. Manzardo moves into scoring position with 2 down.
Well, here you go. They were talking about stealing a run in that inning where they did get the 2 runs. Lozano steals third and goes to the outside part of the bag and the safe. And now watch when he tags it home. He ends up, that throw beats him, but they miss the sweep tag originally. They get him on the shoulder, but the hand gets into the plate. And he ends up stealing the run.
The runner is safe.
Keep playing the game.
They have to get him a smaller helmet. I didn't realize coming down third base the helmet was over his eyes too.
Go get him your buddy down the first baseline.
Yeah.
Get him that.
When was the first time you remember that being like stressed to you as a player to, hey, when you're going into the base, go to the outside corner of the bag, make it a longer tag for the defender?
Well, yeah, you got to. You make your decision as a base runner coming in when you see where he's going. His body starts leaning, then you start making your decision. But you always at first base go to the backside of the bag with the right-hander. It's a little easier, but the left-handers it's more natural. You always try to go to the outside part of the base wherever you're running.
But that makes sense. If you're rounding second, headed to third, you're watching the defender.
And you're seeing where his eyes. Well, you can see his eyes looking at where the ball's coming, and that will tell you where to go. If he's starting to look down the home plate, you better go to the other way.
The one at home plate's got to be the hardest one, which is why it's nice to have the on-deck runner trying to guide you.
Slide this way, slide that way. Yeah, you got to have a guy up there every time there's a man on second you're trying to score. That on-deck hitter's got to be out there.
Lozano pops it foul, and that's out of play.
And that's just automatic. You have to know that before you get to the big leagues.
That's one of those ones that don't get caught being a spectator when you're in the on-deck circle.
No, you don't think about what you're doing. You get up there and help somebody else what they're doing.
Back out of play. Two down on the 1-2 pitch. Back out of play. A word now from Liberty Ford.
Liberty's in Aurora, Maple Heights, Canton, Palmer Heights, Brunswick, Vermilion.
Now the 1-2. And it was very close.
Wow, what a take.
No challenges left for the Twins, but it was off the plate. Lozano's looking for that one that DeLauder had, the one that stayed on the plate. Oh, a little half swing, a little cricket swing.
Like that?
Drops it in. Around third, heading for home. Manzardo scores. 5-2 Cleveland.
Oh, that's, excuse me. He couldn't have placed it any better if he threw the baseball. He's going to go and then sort of quit the swing. Didn't really follow through with it, but couldn't have placed it any better for another insurance run.
Thumbs down on the exit velo, thumbs up on the run scoring. 5-2 Cleveland. Shelty will make a move to the bullpen. We'll be right back.
Without T-Mobile.
5-2. Guards lead it. Tack on a big insurance run here in the 7th inning. And forced Eric Shelton to go back to his bullpen. Jack Anderson just recalled today from AAA. Made his major league debut earlier this year with Boston. Recently DFA'd by the Red Sox. Twins picked him up. He's going to try to give them probably a little length here.
Yeah, he'd like to see him finish this thing and put the rest of the zeros on the board if he could.
Gabriel Arias has 2 hits on the night. Back out of play. Checked his swing, but it went too far. Way outside, he went fishing, came up empty, strikes out to end the inning. 7 on the books. It's 5-2 Cleveland. Half moon?
That's a half of a sturgeon moon that's coming in August.
Oh, the sturgeon moon.
Yeah, that's coming in August. That's only a half a cheek there.
Is it half full or half empty?
I'd have to say half empty right now.
Of course you would. Pitch is down low to Ryan Jeffers as he leads off the 8th inning. He is 1 for 3, homered back in the 1st. Hunter Gaddis got the final out of the 7th, and a big out it was. Minnesota had 2 on and 2 out when he came into the game to face Byron Buxton. Key moment. Hard hit ball to third. Arias with a 1-hop throw. 1 down. Time for our progressive defensive play of the game.
Attaboy. He stayed with it, did a little tumble, cleaned himself off. That's after he had to run the pitch before up almost to the infield to get it. But that turf there, that track, your spikes can stick to it easily.
Okay. You're getting soft at your old age. He does need a bigger helmet.
Yeah.
That looks like one of those helmets they used to give away at the stadiums. Not give away, but you'd have to, buy them.
Some stadiums they feed you nachos out of the helmets like that.
Maybe that's what the problem is. He's still got nachos in there, and he's munching between innings.
We got to find one that can fit Arch. leave him alone.
Andre, I haven't heard you laugh this much in a while.
I needed this.
Josh Bell takes a strike. 1 and 2.
Where'd you hide all your big ones?
I opened a nacho stand in Phoenix.
I have to say, and I would imagine anybody that's in their 50s that's listening right now would agree, that was one of the coolest things you could get at the souvenir stand at the ballpark. One of those batting helmets.
Right.
Go play wiffle ball in the backyard, feel like a big leaguer with the shiny batting helmet.
He does need a bigger one.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with some high cheddar. 95 at the top of the zone. 2 down here in the 8th.
Yeah, there it is. Tough to get up to. He did tip it, but right into the glove of Hedges. So a strikeout for Gaddis.
You never wore a flap, did you?
No.
When did the flap come in? When did it first? Do you remember when it started coming in?
The 1 year? Yeah, I'm thinking to the 80s.
Most guys, there were no
late
flaps
70s.
in the 70s, then, right? That's what I.
Not unless you got hit in the face or in the jaw. You know,
didn't Dave Parker break his nose? And he had like a
yeah, there was always people that still got hit in the head. I mean, because they used to throw inside. Now.
Gary
Renicky with Baltimore.
Yeah.
No, with Baltimore, you used to have like a half of a football helmet there, a little protection coming out. And then it started to come with the flaps, and then later again. I don't know when the two flaps came out.
Was it like hockey though, where when they changed it, guys still thought they were tough and didn't want the flap?
Well, probably. I mean, tough, and some guys said, I want it, you know.
Center field. Racing in, Speedy Petey runs through it. And the Twins go 1-2-3. Middle of the 8th, 5-2 Guards.
Well, the Guards will take on the D-backs August 1st, and 15,000 fans will receive a Cade Smith bobblehead courtesy of Pepsi. Also, $2 Miller Lite pregame, postgame fireworks show, CLEGuardians.com. How about that? That's going to be a nice bobblehead, huh?
They're lining up right now.
They should.
Austin Hedges grounds out one away here in the bottom of the 8th. Two more to go between Cleveland and Minnesota. Once again tomorrow night, a 6:40 first pitch start time. And then the series and homestand wraps up with Thursday day baseball here at Progressive Field. Hope to see you down here. Last night we had 22,501. Tonight 19,714.
Yeah, and that 50-50 raffle will end at 12 o'clock on Thursday night. So if you're interested, go out and get some tickets or get online.
I hate to say it, but man, these beautiful summer nights are starting to slip away. You know, they're going to be fewer and fewer.
Isn't it always happen after the All-Star break? It just seems to fly.
Center fielder Byron Buxton takes charge. 2 down. The Chevy drive of the game. Steven Kwan.
Oh yeah, just placed this one beautifully in right center field. Drives in the run. Kwan, he pulled that ball, so he stayed on. He doubled and walked twice.
Let's go to the 9th. 5-2 Cleveland. We go to the 9th inning, and Cade Smith coming on for the save, working with a 3-run lead. He's got the 6, 7, 8 spots due up for Minnesota. And we'll see if Derek Shelton goes to the bench for any pinch hitters, but it will be Victor Caratini to start. Switch hitter 0 for 3 on the night. Outside ball 1. Fastball to left center, and Halpin almost ran into Kwan. but he made the catch and they avoided the collision. He said, I heard you.
Yeah, that's right. If he's in center field, he's got to make that call. Quan was going. They both had about the same distance to go after this ball. And here you see Petey coming in, closing, and Quan was thinking about it, but you can see he's calling for it. You just got to get out of the way. And that comes, you know, from playing out there together. Sometimes Quan's in center field and Helbin may be in right. That's when they're awfully close.
Cody Clemens swings through it. Man, there's a good fastball at 100 miles an hour. I think he's pumped up a little bit.
Yeah.
And Clemens goes down swinging 2 away. Luke Keyshaw 0 for 3 has struck out twice tonight. And a pop foul out of play. Still early down in Texas, but the Rangers are shutting out the White Sox 5-0. Bottom of the 4th inning. Guardians could move back into a tie for first with the White Sox in the Central. And the 1-2 from Cade. Right field. Back is Khalil Watson into the corner. Book it! Oh, what a play by Khalil Watson. Are you kidding me? What a way to end it. Khalil with a dynamite defensive gem brings down the curtain on this one as the Guardians have taken the first 2 over the Twins. They win it by a final tonight of 5-2. Cade Smith nails his 29th save of the year. He's been the best in the business. Guardians go to 54-48 on the year. And they have now evened the season series with Minnesota at 4 apiece, while the Twins fall to 49-53. The Guardians tonight got a big night from Chase DeLauder, his 28th multi-hit game of the season, second most among big league rookies, behind only J.J. Weatherholt, who has 29. And Travis Bazzana, last 5 games, he's 7 for 18, 5 runs batted in, a key RBI late in the game to tack one on, plus the aggressive base running, the stolen base, the slide at home plate. He had a great all-around game as well.
A lot of action for him tonight, and what a way to end the game is right. He crashed into that wall, but able to hold on to it. Looked like he was A-OK. But yeah, a good night overall, no doubt. Messick came out there, went his 5 2/3, gave up 2 runs, had a no decision, but they came back, they kept going, they added on, scored some runs, and they got the first 2. That's what we're looking for.
You know, I asked Stephen Vogt before the game, you always talk about momentum in baseball, and it rises and falls with the next day starting pitching. But last night, with what they did offensively, the confidence that they gained from that, what could that possibly do? And he said, you know, when you stick with the plan and you see it through, that can breed a lot of good things offensively, and we saw a little bit of that carry over here tonight as the Guards roll to an impressive win over Minnesota, really grinding it out. Downstairs now to Andre Knott.
Thanks a lot, Matt. We appreciate it. You getting it to us as we wait for the scoreboard to get with us. Travis Bazzana is with us. Travis, would you just go through what it takes to win a game? Tonight, let's just talk about the hustle. Getting that stolen base from second to third with a new pitcher in. Just take us through that operation of making sure that happened.
Yeah, I mean, just picking good times to run in the game. We're getting a lot of guys on base the last couple days, and so finding a way to move over and score is important, yeah.
Now, did you think you were safe when you tagged up to go home? Because your helmet keeps going below your eyes, man. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I mean, the sizing's off a little bit, but yeah, I thought I just got in, but it was close. It's so hard to tell.
When you guys look at this weekend, it didn't go the way you guys wanted to. How important, especially against this Twins team that's in your division, how important was it to get off to the right start against this Twins team in this series?
Yeah, it's massive. I mean, it's a long season. You're going to lose series. Obviously, you never want to, especially at home. But to turn it around right now is great. Hopefully, we continue tomorrow and the next day. Long season, so just got to find a way.
Now, let me ask about that last hit you had. You had a great at-bat, fouled 3 pitches off back. And then you get that. This is about the 4th or 5th hit that I can remember where you take that little half swing. Did that happen? That helped growing up in Australia doing that?
I was saying in the dugout, I've done that only this year. I never did that in my life until this year, and it's always on lefty breaking balls. So I don't know what's going on, but I see that pitch, and I just stop halfway through my swing. So I don't know if it's sustainable long term, but it's working right now.
Yeah, we keep doing what's working. Great job, man. We appreciate the time.
Thank you.
Arch and cricket, they call that a lofted shot.
Do they? Well, I'll tell you what, any lofted shot that finds grass out there is a beautiful shot.
It's a winner-winner chicken dinner. This one goes to the Guards. They've taken the first 2. Game 3 tomorrow night. Stay tuned now. Guardians postgame. Al Pawlowski and Ben Broussard are next.